Hi, how are you? This is Brando, and this time I will talk to you about expressions of quantity using off. Okay? You know there are some expressions, and with those expressions you can use off, and there are other expressions that sometimes use off. There are many expressions of quantity. Okay, but remember, some of them use off, and the others sometimes use off. Okay, first I will tell you the ones that use off, that always use off. Like for example, a lot of. Spent a lot of time waiting for you. Lots of. I ate lots of hamburgers last night. I uh, I had a great deal of water after training this morning, and there was a majority of women who voted for him in this state. Okay, these are expressions that always use of. There are others, as I said before, that sometimes contain of. Like for example, you can say, uh, all of my children graduated from high school. Most of my children graduated from high school. Almost all my children, almost all of my children graduated from high school. You also have many of my children graduated from high school. Three of my children, you can use any number, like one, two, three, four, five. Like, well, not one, two, three, four, five, six. Like two of my children graduated from high school. Yeah, you can also say one of my children graduated from high school. Three of my children graduated from high school. Okay, and also you have several of my children graduated from high school. The difference between these expressions is that there are some that are specific, others are not that specific. Okay, but yeah, these are the expressions that use of. And I also told you that you can also make sentences with these expressions without using of. Like for example, you can say almost all my children went to school. Okay, there are many other examples. So I hope this was useful for you. There are many different ways in which you can use the expressions of quantity with and without the word of. Okay, thank you very much and see you next time. Hola, soy Brando y en esta ocasión te voy a hablar sobre expresiones de cantidad utilizando of. Okay, hay expresiones con las que se utiliza of y hay otras expresiones con las que no se utiliza. Okay, te voy a dar unos ejemplos de cada uno de ellos. Las expresiones que siempre lo utilizan sería a lot, que sería mucho. I ate a lot of hamburgers. Me comí muchas hamburguesas. I saw lots of houses. Vi muchas casas. I drank a great deal of water. Tomé muchísima agua. Y the majority, a majority of women voted for him in that state. Una mayoría de mujeres votó por él en ese estado. Okay. Esta es la forma en la que se utiliza el of con estas expresiones. Estas expresiones siempre tienen que llevar la palabra of. Okay. Igual tenemos otras expresiones que a veces utilizan esta palabra, como por ejemplo tenemos all, que significa todo. Con of se puede decir all of my children went to high school. Todos mis hijos fueron a la universidad. Sin of se puede decir I drank all the coffee. Me tomé todo el café. Okay. Tenemos también most, que sería muchos o la mayoría. Most of my children went to school. Sería la mayoría de mis hijos fueron al colegio. Adicional, tenemos la expresión almost all, que significa casi todos. Con of se puede decir almost all my children went to school. Casi todos mis hijos fueron al colegio. Y también se puede decir I ate almost all the candies. Me comí casi todos los dulces. También tengo many, que sería muchos o bastantes. Many of my children went to school. Muchos de mis hijos fueron al colegio. Okay. En inglés hay muchas palabras que en español nosotros definiríamos como mucho. Okay. Tenemos también con los números, se puede decir eso, que si one of my children went to Harvard. Uno de mis hijos fue a Harvard. Two of my kids went to school. Dos de mis hijos fueron al colegio. Y several of the people who went to school are married. La mayoría o algunos de las personas que fueron al colegio son casados. ¿Okay? Aquí tenemos, bueno, les mostré diferentes ejemplos de frases que se utilizan con la palabra of, de expresiones de cantidad. Espero les haya sido muy útil y bueno, nos vemos en la próxima.